All right, I know I don't usually do walkie-talkie videos, but the gnats are so bad because we finally got rain for the first time in what seems like 300 years that I have to keep moving or they attack you and kill you. So, what are we talking about today? You see that in most of your higher end jobs that they're outsourcing a lot of the work, moving a lot of it to like contract jobs for people who could just work as a team for a tenth of the price, and they're getting rid of a lot of their specialists stateside. And especially in the tech field, and I said, this is going to be a huge problem because where are these people going to go if they don't have their job, right? If they're going to move down the ladder, they're going to push people below them out of a job, and there's not enough jobs for these people to fill them. And then a lot of people are saying, well, why don't they just go off and start their own company? And that's what this video is about. So the way it's set up today, you can't, especially in tech, go start your own company. And that's a problem that we can fix. The reason it's a problem is because if a group of developers leave and they go out and they try to make a new game, or they try and make a new app or a new program, the way that our IP laws and our patent laws are set up in this country, they're so loose and they're at the hands of whoever has the most money that if you try to make anything that has even the smallest resemblance to another product, a big corporation could come in, sue you, take your money, take your product, and make money off of it, and leave you with nothing, sometimes with owing them more money than you could ever pay back. So what I say is, why don't we get rid of IP laws and patent laws? Nowadays, the only people that profit from these two laws are giant corporations that already have way too much money as it is. The little guy isn't going to profit from it because if they go out now and they make their own product, right, and they patent it, it's not going to help them because your patent is only as good as your lawyer and your budget is to fund that lawyer. If you can't enforce that patent in court, it dissolves. So most up-and-coming companies, small group of people, small budget, can't afford to even have a patent or an IP claim because they'll just lose it, and then the same thing happens again where if the original giant corporation just sues them anyway. So why not just get rid of the laws? Because the big corporations coming out with new ideas don't need patent protection. They're already ahead. They're already playing on easy mode. The new guys are playing on impossible mode. In all honesty, you're still going to struggle even without those protections or going up against those protections. The corporations already have resources. They already have a set infrastructure in place for them to do what they're doing. And they already have a team of people put together who they can expand, add more people in, outsource, do all this different stuff. So to kind of help with this problem, just remove the patent laws. There is no reason to have a patent on something for 20 years and not allow anyone else to mess around with it and do their own thing. Open up the market, allow creativity, allow small groups to thrive. They're not going to be a direct competition of you. And if you are a corporation and there's a group of 5 guys that's a real direct threat to your company, you should probably reevaluate if your company is making a legitimate product or if you guys are just kind of riding on the success you had before and not actually producing anything worthwhile or useful for the public. So I think if we did that, it would at least give a fighting chance for people that are either lost their jobs or are going to lose their jobs very soon, where they can continue to work in their field, go out and maybe make something creative. I mean, a great example is Nintendo. Probably most of us have heard of what Nintendo has done. Anybody who's made a game that has the most ridiculous similarity to Pokemon, for example, they sue them to the ground. If it's like you have a character that has a pet companion that you can control in a fight, they sue you because they say they have a patent on that. That's ridiculous. That's not something they have a patent on. There's tons of games like that. You guys didn't invent the idea of having a pet that fights for you. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Neanderthals did. So if we got rid of these restrictions, it would allow the market to be free and open for new ideas to thrive and have new products coming out that'll be creative and fresh instead of refreshed and getting stale. Kind of like the new iPhone, which is, that's a whole different topic. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Would this help at all? Do you guys have a better idea for how to solve this problem with big corporations having so many protections behind them where they can pretty much erase any up-and-coming competition whenever they show up? Or do you have a reason that this might not be a good idea? Let me know. Thanks for watching.